Happy Wednesday and welcome to Jots and Tittles with Lauren Grace. I hope you're having a fantastic week and are preparing to have a very Merry Christmas or other holiday, however you celebrate the season. I'm really close to winter solstice for when this is getting posted, so days are super short and nights are long and cold, and I hope you have a warm book to cuddle up with. A couple weeks ago in my newsletter, I highlighted the fact that I love putting up Christmas music on my social media as kind of an advent calendar to count down. And one of my favorite Christmas hymns was from a poem written by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. And this means a lot to me because the Christmas before I got married, I was alone basically in Boston. I lived in Cambridge for Christmas. And that year I attended church across the street from the Longfellow house that is there in Cambridge. And it looks out across the Charles River. And so every Sunday I would take a bus to Harvard Square and walk from Harvard Square. So this area got to be really familiar to me, and I did hear bells from different churches. Harvard must have a carillon somewhere there, and so this song, whenever I hear it, reminds me of that time, but I can also picture Henry Wadsworth Longfellow standing on his porch, or perhaps at one of the windows that looked out across the river to Boston, and all of the bells that he could have heard that I probably don't hear because there's so much noise pollution now. You know, he didn't have to deal with automobiles, among other things, and there were less buildings, and so that sound from, probably as far as way of the old South Church, which is a really cool building if you ever get to go see it, and the various Catholic cathedrals that were there, he could hear this. This was a really tough time in Henry's life because his wife had just died a couple years previous in that very house due to an accident, and the Civil War was still raging. And it probably seemed like the end of the world to him. When we think of the Civil War, we've had so many other wars since that I don't think we picture the end of the world a little differently than he did. But then the end of the song has so much hope. And so I'm going to leave a link to a version of this that I have yet to find in the comments. And I hope you enjoy that. Since I have missed putting stuff up on social media, for those of you who are wondering, Facebook has told me one day for 7 days now. I don't think they know what one day is, or they're living in a completely different world cycle than I'm living in. So no answers yet on social media. Anyway, have a very Merry Christmas, and I will see you next week.